back. Well, you may know from the sound of that music what we're going to be talking about. I am joined by station manager and Electro Lounge creator and host, David Luckin. Good morning, David.
Thanks for having me. Good morning, Ann.
So we're hearing from, the segment we just heard about lifelong learning and how important it is. And really, this is a place for lifelong learning. I think that, bringing a game of curiosity and wanting knowledge is something that is common among our audience and our listeners on First Coast Connect, and really for the people who support this station overall. These are people that care about their community. They also just care about knowing what's going on. They want to know, they want to learn. They kind of have that thirst for knowledge and just inherent drive to kind of get smarter.
I think you just described our mission statement. To keep people enlightened and engaged and educated and as participants in this community. And we really cherish that role we have of bringing people together, like on your program today, hearing beautiful stories from the past. Where would you hear those?
Yeah, and a really interesting, mix, which the show allows for, which is just a range of people, very diverse voices, but all people who are, as we heard from Dr. Q, just incredibly passionate about the work that he does.
And just his story alone.
It's amazing.
Wow.
It really, he's just an inspiration. But to be able to live in a community where people like that are willing to give of their time to us here to talk about what the work that they're doing, their generosity is nothing to sneeze at. And of course, the generosity of our supporters is right in line with that.
And our underwriters, I always think getting members and supporters and donations, and I often forget how important the underwriters are for really making this station happen for the last 40 plus years without the underwriters. So if you hear an underwriting business, please support them because they're supporting you and they're supporting the community in a way that only a big business or small business can.
And so we're doing a pledge drive. So we're asking people, and very often the people that care about us and support us are giving us that financial support. We always kind of nudge them to bump it up if they can, if they're able, if they're a sustainer. But we're right now asking people to, if they have not supported, to step up and begin supporting. And that's a little bit of a different challenge to people. Sometimes if they're not accustomed to do it, it is not a muscle memory, as you will. But times are different. And we are asking people in this community to take that step and to become supporters and sustainers of this station.
No, you're absolutely right. And we had a very successful drive a month or so ago after the rescission. So we're not asking those folks again. They really came to our rescue. Now we're, like you said, we're asking the folks who've been listening for years and maybe thought about it, maybe were members or donators before and let it lapse. We want to get you back in the family because now community is more important than ever. We have no state funds, no federal funds. And we're okay with that. We're adjusting and we're strong. We're going to carry on. We're not going to let it stop us at all.
Yeah.
But it requires some new members to join the old members so that we keep this going, because we did lose $1.9 million, and that's nothing we're going to raise in a pledge in 2 days.
That's right.
But we want to continue showing films, having lunch and learns, bringing in guests, having a sheriff's debate, all the things we do here that aren't what you and I are doing now. There's so much behind the scenes that people don't know. An ADAPT event last night talking about the canopy over our homes.
Yeah, films, all kinds of things, educational
we
programs.
try really hard to meet all kinds of people. Our films have been foreign films, classic films, music films, documentaries. So we really always think, how broad-minded can we be?
And often bringing in the directors as well.
We will. We'll
being able
bring
to
in
talk to
a film in a few weeks, Until.
No Sleep Till.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I can't remember that name. And the director was from town. And the fun thing about that film, I watched it, is you keep pointing out the corners where you used to hang out or bike or skateboard. So it's a wonderful film, but being so local, it's really fun just
all shot in
picking
Atlantic
out
Beach and the area around here.
Exactly, the little side streets. And I'm thinking, that's the old Kmart, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's a beautiful film. But that's just one of the things we do to meet the community where they are, because the people who come to the film may not listen to all the news we do, and some of the news people may. But so we try and meet everyone as well as we can with a very diverse program of programs, events. Be My Neighbor Day, where we bring all the kids in to meet the characters. Right. It all relates to community. It all.
And it may be as simple as you said, some people letting their membership, their support lapse. You may have gotten a new credit card. That one may have, timed out. It's past date. And so sometimes it's as simple as that. People who care about this station, who want to support it, but maybe just aren't aware that support has lapsed. So if you can call, if you can support the station, the number is 353-9528. You can also go to wjct.org/sustain. and become a new donor. We thank you so much for your support. We really do. David, thanks for being here.
My pleasure. And a real quick mention, it's also for PBS. You're supporting PBS and NPR, the whole organization.
Oh, 100%. It's not just us on the radio,
Yep.
it's everybody, the whole station. So thank you for your support, and thanks for listening. If you